Okay, so today we're going to solve problems involving integers. So you'll be reading a worded problem, analyze them, and just like this kid, find the best way to solve the problem. So now we have the 5 points to remember when solving a problem. Number one, of course, is to read them. Read. Don't just skip through it. Read by skimming first and then going through each word and going through each keywords. That's the important thing. Keywords. We'll talk about keywords in the next slide. Now, you will also interpret what the keywords imply. After looking at these words, does it mean addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division? Or does it mean positive or negative? And then you will write a mathematical expression. An expression is made up of operations, numbers, and probably a variable. Okay, so it doesn't have an equal sign. And then, of course, you will apply your order of operations. Remember those 5 points. So keywords are the following, especially in identifying if it's plus, minus, multiply, or divide. Check out all these words: addition, add, plus, more, and total, increase, sum, together. Subtraction, okay, minus, take away, decrease, take from. Remember the word from. Whenever you see the word from, the order switches, okay? Copy the number but switch the order of numbers. Okay, for multiplication, you know the word product, times, multiplied, groups of something. The word of sometimes would, most of the time, would mean multiplying. Dividing, okay, share equally. Those are the words that you could use to identify division. Now, the following are the positive words. These are the positive words. Check it out, positive words. So above, it could be 10 feet above sea level. After something happened. Ascend is going up. Deposit, you put money. When you put money, you gain money. Deposit is positive. Elevation, going up, is always positive. Going forward is positive. Gaining something, you're accumulating something, that's positive. Increase, larger, it gets bigger, that's positive. More, okay, more is positive. Money, profit, when you earn profit from your business, that's positive. You got a score is positive. Of course, going up is also positive. Now, let's look at the other side, this side. These words now will mean negative words. Ago, like years ago, so negative something. Before, below, a debt. A debt is the money you borrow. So if you borrow money, so that's a negative for you because you'll have to pay that eventually. Descend is going down. Descend, down. When you give something, it goes away from you. So that's a negative. Loss, a loss. Smaller, got smaller, negative again. Under the water, 5 meters under the water, that's also negative. Withdrawal, you took money from the bank, so your account in the bank will now be a negative. Okay, remember that. Now, let's start with temperature changed. When you see temperature, think of positive as going up, okay, above zero, negative as going down, -0. So let's read the problem. The temperature in a deep freezer was -2 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, to freeze liquids that had lower freezing points, since it's already low, the temperature was lowered, okay? Lowered to another 26 degrees Fahrenheit because you want to freeze it. Now, you will write an integer to represent the new temperature. Okay, so lowered means we need to use what? Subtraction. Subtraction in our equation. So we started with a -2. See that? -2. Since you want to lower it, lower means subtraction. There you go. By what temperature? 26 is over there. So this in itself is an expression, guys. So we can say -2 minus 26. But you could, expressions could be written in another way. If you use KCO, since subtraction is adding the opposite, you could also say that -2 plus 26, right? This expression is the same with that expression. So in a test, if you gave me this, you get a credit. If you gave me this, you get a credit. They are the same. Okay, next. In terms of banking, you will always see the word withdrawals. Withdrawals means debit, debit, money going out. And that always means negative. For example, I start with $100. I spend $5 three times. So what did you write? 3 times. 3 times is over here. Since spending is negative, spending money is negative, you could write -5. So this is a correct equation. Multiply the -5 3 times and then add it to 100. The next expression could also be written like this. 100 minus 3 times what? +5 now. Okay, and the result will also be the same. Remember, subtracting is adding the opposite. These two are the same. Next, deposit is not debit, but it's called credit. Money coming in. Okay, so when you deposit, it is positive. Positive. The example shows deposit $50 into account which has 100 already in it. So you start with 100. Since deposit is positive, it's a plus 100. So this is your expression. So don't forget, deposit is money coming in. Withdrawal is money coming out. Think of credit in, debit out. Credit in positive, debit out negative. Okay, let's have another problem here. Chad started the day with $12 in his bank account. $12 is the money in the bank account. So let's write it down. $12 is the money you have. He deposited. Okay, deposited is money you put in the bank. Good so far. Then he stopped 3 times at the ATM. What will you do in the ATM machine? To get money. All right. And how much money did he get? $20. Okay. And is that $20 positive or negative? You took it away. So put a negative sign. But it has to be multiplied by 3. This is one correct expression. There is another expression which is also the same. You could write the 12, maintain the 12, maintain the 125. Okay, but instead of adding, you can subtract. Okay, but the other number 20 becomes the opposite, positive 20. Okay, because remember, subtraction is adding the opposite. So either or, you'll get the same expression, meaning the same thing. Next. Okay, a submarine was at rest at 200 feet below sea level. So below means if this is the water level, that submarine is at 200 feet. Okay, so it dove 5 times that depth and then rose, diving and then rising up. Okay, so we will write an expression. Expression. So 5 times of what? 5 times of the 200. But if you went down, so will that 200 be positive? No, it's going to be negative. Okay, we're good so far. And then what else? Since it might hit a shipwreck or a wrecked ship, it stopped and went up again. So plus what? Plus 20 feet. Okay, so this is the expression to know where the submarine is. This alone is okay. We just want to write an expression. But if you're asked, okay, but if you're asked to evaluate or solve the problem, you follow your order of operation. Let's multiply first. -1,000 plus 20 feet. So that's going to be -980 feet at sea level, under, right? Good job. Next. Okay, another analysis. A large tank contains 23,000 gallons of water. Wow, that's a lot of water. A pump on the side of the tank is pumping more water into the tank. So that's why there's a plus. But a concentrate of 120 gallons per hour. All right. A valve at the bottom of the tank releases. When you release water, it takes away the water from the tank at the concentrate of 300 gallons per hour. So 300 gallons per hour. Okay, and then what happened? If the pumps runs and the valve is open, both the input and the output of water is open for 2 hours. Okay, so water is going out for 2 hours. This is the water coming in again for 2 hours. So this is your big expression. Okay, water in the tank, additional water, water coming out. So you can simplify that now as 23,000. Order of operation, let me do this first. That's going to be 240. Okay. So now you can add the first two. You will get 23,240. Take away 600. So if you subtract that, you're going to get 240 minus 600. So you get a 0, 4. That becomes 622. So 22,640. Don't just leave your answer like that. Label it as I have 22,640 what? Gallons of water. Gallons. All right? Okay, next. A dolphin went 15 feet below the sea level. Obviously, you will know this will mean a negative 15 to catch a fish. Now, there's another one, a shark. This is a dolphin. Now, this is a shark. The shark went twice as deep as the dolphin, then swam down an additional 10 feet to catch a larger fish. Which expression represents the shark's position in relation to the sea level? All right, so let's start with the dolphin. We know the dolphin has a negative 15. Okay, this is the dolphin. The shark went twice as deep. So this dolphin's dive is multiplied by 2. All right, are we good? Okay, next. And then it swam an additional 10 feet. So additional 10 feet. But is that 10 feet positive or negative? Since it's going down, it's going to be negative. So this is your expression. Okay. Is there another way to write it? Yes, there's another way to write it. You could write it as 2 times negative 15. Okay. Minus 10. Are they the same? Yes, because subtracting is adding the opposite, right? Subtracting is adding the opposite, and adding the opposite, all right, is the same as subtracting. Are we good? Next. Jasmine and Carlotta are sisters and each have their own savings. So there's a J and a C. Together, they borrowed $28 from their brother. So when you borrow money, is that positive or negative? Okay, so you borrow, eventually you're going to pay it, so you owe $28 from their brother to go to the movies. Now, each sister has to pay back an equal amount. At the end, they need to pay it back. Okay, so after a few days or what, they want to pay now their brother. So what will happen? So they're gonna split it by 2. Okay. So each one of them will pay 28 divided by 2 is, yeah, $14. Okay, now Carlotta also owes her brother $6. So you're not just gonna pay me money from the $28, you also need to pay me another $6. Which expression would represent the change in Carlotta's savings after she pays her brother? Okay, So I'll pay you my half first. That goes to brother. But I will also have to pay you an additional, how much? -6, which I owed you before. All right. So this will represent Carlota's. Okay, next. The temperature in Coast City is 3 degrees Fahrenheit. What do you mean by that? It's below zero. So therefore, think of it as a -3. That's in Coast City. It's cold on a Fahrenheit scale. The temperature in another city, Dodge City, is 5 degrees colder than the temperature that is twice as cold as Coast City. What is the temperature of Dodge City? This is what we want to know. But we know Coast. Okay? So Dodge temperature is, what did it say? Okay, so 5 degrees colder. So add another -5 because it's colder, right? Than twice, 2 times as cold as Coast. Okay, so we know twice of the Coast is twice -3 degrees, right? Double the -3 twice, and then make it colder. Add another -5. Okay, so let's now do the twice. The twice will become 2 times -3 is -6. Then add another -5. So our answer is -11 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, got it? Good. A bank teller notices that an account was overdrawn. Remember this word overdrawn, meaning you took more money than what you have in the bank. You're not allowed to do that. They will charge you because of that. And had a balance that can be represented by -$324. The account holder deposited 3 checks for $150 each and withdrawal of $20 each. The teller used the steps below to find the new balance of the account. The bank would want to know now if you have money or not. So let's start with 324, agree. And then deposit means positive, you added money in the bank. So how many times did you add 150? It says 3 checks were put in 3 times. And then after that, withdrawal means minus. This is positive, positive, and then withdrawal means minus. You took away $20. How many times did you take away $20? You did it 4 times. Okay, so let's write it now as an expression. So -324 starting money. You added 150 times 3. You know why it's times 3, right? Because of the 3 checks. And then the $20, why is it times 4? Because it was done 4 times. Okay. So you could write it as -20 times 4. So -324 plus 450, you multiply these two, and then you could subtract $80, or you could say you could add a -80. You could add -80 or simply subtract 80. Okay, we're good. So the bank is telling you, yo, you took too much money. Your money now is -46. Overdrawn, you took more, -46. Okay, which is the mistake here? All right, let's try it now. Negative, uh, remember, 450, take away 324, that's a 6, that's a 2, $126. That's still positive. You have $126, right? And then you took away the $80. $126, the money you have in the bank, you took away $80, so you have still money in the bank, $46. Okay, yes, correct. But the teller is telling you, yo, you took too much money. You owe the bank $46. You don't owe the bank $46. You still have money of 46. You did not take more than what you have. So I think, so we can say now that the error is step number 4, right? Because you don't have an overdrawn account, you have a balance of $46. Okay, so are we okay now? You can apply integers in real life problem solving. Good luck.